Hello, my name is Alejandro Sandoval. I am the coordinator of the IMEF Indicator in Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. And this is a summary of the result for the month of January 2025. The title for the document is Worrisome Economic Trend, and it shows that both indicators in January suggest there's an absence of economic expansion at the beginning of this year. The persisting negative trend during the last months show and advert that this will keep going. We also had previously the INEGI GDP advanced data for 2024 showing a potential growth for Mexico on 1.3% with a quarterly contraction of 0.6%. So basically, the Mexican economy is decelerating, and the IMEF indicators have shown that month by month and keeps showing that in January 2025. The manufacturing indicator decreased 1.9 points to 45.6 units. Also, the cycle trend and the adjustment on company size decreased and kept under the threshold of 50 points. The non-manufacturing indicator decreased 0.5 points to 49.1 units. And also the cycle trend and the adjustment on company size kept under the 50-point threshold. Both of them show weakness, but obviously the non-manufacturing indicator is showing a little weakness below the threshold, the 50-point threshold, but the manufacturing indicator is showing a strong weakness, reaching almost 46 points. To understand the Juarez economy, we use along this data the purchasing manufacturing indicator of the Institute for Supply Management of the US, which after 26 months of decay, it increased 1.7 units to 50.9 units, showing the first over the threshold expansion after these 26 months, besides April last year that also grew over the threshold. On this indicator, there's an open questionnaire that shows randomly answers from different subsectors or members of subsectors. And regularly in the last 3 months, they showed a very negative perception of the economy, talking about recession, contraction, decrease in orders, production orders. But this one specifically from January showed, maybe my interpretation is, some optimism. And if this is true, basically they're showing optimism with some new orders, with some alleviating of supply chains constraints, but with concerns on the tariff elements. You know, those threats of the US government against Mexico, Canada, and China, which the only one activated is the one against China, but the threats keep going. So obviously these answers concerning those tariffs are valid nowadays. So basically what we're saying is the US economy kept growing. The advanced data from the Bureau of Economic Analysis showed a strong growth for the US economy during 2024. Also, there was a strong growth on jobs and a noticeable decrease on inflation. Mexico, on the other side, decelerated during 2024. Jobs were cut and inflation decreased at a very small rate. Along those two data from GDP on each country, we can see these diffusion indicators, the ISM1 for manufacturing and the IMEF indicators that are showing precisely that the differentiation on the trend of the growth for each country keeps occurring. In January, the US economy grew and the Mexican economy contracted, not necessarily to a recession, but at least showing important weakness on its position. Thank you very much for your attention. We'll keep in touch.